Back on Inside Tennessee with UT System President Randy Boyd. He is also a developer and happens to own 5 different minor league baseball teams. So let's move to the stadium project downtown. My producer is just going to shake their head when I ask this question. But if we were in a baseball game and inning number 9 is play ball, we're throwing out the first pitch, what inning are we in?
I think we're in inning 1. So we've been doing all the preseason work, the training, getting everything ready, but the game is just starting. If you're thinking about from a construction point of view, we spent the last 6 months doing all the prep work, all the things that you can't really see, digging holes, putting in trenches, electrical wire. This is a 100-year-old brownfield, and there is all kinds of things under that ground that we had to replace, move, and so it's been a lot of work doing things that you don't see, but within the next few months, things are going to start coming out of the ground, and that's going to be exciting.
We've been waiting for the total cost figure. $100 million is out there. Is that the number? Is it more or less?
We'll know in about 2 weeks. We're still finalizing. Everybody wants to be really sure they've got the best and final offers from all of our different subcontractors, but we believe it'll be close.
Having recently driven around a lot and seeing the prep work that you've done, I suspect you've become really good friends with TDEC and EPA at this point, given the 100-year-old brownfield.
Well, I'm going to correct something John said because he introduced me as a developer. I'm not a developer. I know people that develop things, but I'm a dog fence salesman and sometimes president of a higher education institution. But
you own a baseball team.
And I own a baseball team.
How do you have time to do all this, Randy? Seriously? I mean, how are you? Are you day to day involved in the baseball stadium?
Does it detract from UT in your presidency?
Well, so in everything I've ever done, I've figured out the secret, and that is to surround yourself with brilliant people, support them in every way you can, and things seem to get done well. But in this particular case, the baseball team or stadium is being managed by a group of other people, in particular my president of Boyd Sports, Doug Kirchhofer, who needs to get a statue made to him. He's been the president of Boyd Sport or the Tennessee Smokies for 25% of their history. So he's been there for over 22 years now. But he oversees that along with a big team. So I spend 60 to 80 hours a week on UT and maybe an hour a week on baseball, maybe not even that.
Do you have any doubt that 2025 in the spring we'll see the first pitch inside the new stadium?
No, we're going to make it happen. Everybody's determined, and there's a lot of people working tirelessly to make sure that we do.
Will there be naming rights associated with the stadium, or do you have a name in mind, like Bosch's Play Center?
I have a feeling I don't have enough money for naming rights.
No, we're taking offers now.
I got it.
But you're also actually we're not literally, but we would be glad to. And I think that there will most likely, most stadiums like this will have someone name the stadium.
One of the things that you've talked about that is a big part of this stadium, and you've seen it in other cities, is what's around the stadium is one of the biggest keys to it, because we're going to see housing and retail. Give our viewers a sense of where things stand there.
Well, there's certain things that we can control. And so within the footprint of the stadium site, we're building 42 condos with about 2 floors of retail. The Boyd Sports offices will be in one of those adjacent facilities. The condos, there's 42 condos. Good news is all of them are sold. But we're building a waiting list, so that would be great if anybody out there would like to get on the waiting list. Also, in the outfield, we're building 250 apartments, and there'll be retail on the bottom floors of that. Each of the apartments has a balcony looking into center field, with below it a deck with a swimming pool. So if you get tired of looking at baseball from your deck, you can go down and hang out in the swimming pool and watch baseball, or grill out with your friends on the party deck. That's what we can control. But around us, there's so many people that are developers that really are in the developing business, that are buying up land all around with all sorts of really exciting concepts.
So Randy, this has been where you're building the ball field. Obviously, it's needed development, but there has been a concern about affordable housing within the downtown footprint. What can you or the developers maybe that you're working with in conjunction building a ballpark, this doesn't sound like there's going to be much affordable housing go up in this project. Do you know of any projects where that's going to be the case?
Austin Homes, 400 and something affordable housing within a 3-minute walk from where we're at. They're building it now, so it is new. And I'll give credit to Madeline O'Hara and the previous city administration who had that foresight. They kind of thought that this might be an area to be developed, and they knew that in the long term we're going to need affordable housing. So we did it with the reverse. We built the affordable housing, and then you brought the magnet to bring the jobs to the area. But the two together are a perfect complement.
Any concern that affordable housing will go away with this kind of development?
Well, it's already
tough.
It's brand new. It's already built, and I think they've blocked it in for. So you had to ask someone, but I think for decades. So I think we're going to be good for decades to come.
One of the demands, I would guess, that has happened with your stadium and the building of that is to have a lot of minority involvement and diversity. Have you met that goal that the city pretty much set out for you?
So it's too early to say we met the goal because we haven't even got the subcontractors lined up, but it's been a big focus of ours. And one of the things beyond just making sure that you contract with a minority-owned business. Oftentimes, it may be a minority-owned business, but none of the employees are minorities. Right. And one of the things we want to do is make sure that not only are the businesses benefiting, but the people are benefiting. So we partnered with the Knox Area Urban League, and they're doing a fantastic job of teaching or training future workers the skills they'll need, both in the construction and in the retail and the baseball side. Because the construction jobs will be there for 2 years. We need to build a workforce that has skills that'll last them for a lifetime. And the Knox Area Urban League has been just a fantastic partner. They're also helping potential entrepreneurs come up with ideas to help create businesses around the area as well. So it's not just going to get a job in construction for 2 years. It's maybe creating an idea for a restaurant or some other type of a concept that will benefit from all the development there.
If there is one thing you could circle for 2023 on the stadium side, and one thing you could circle in 2023 as president of the university, your priorities for the next 12 months, what would those two things be?
Well, from the stadium side, I want to see stuff out of the ground. I'm not sure exactly to what level that they're going to be, but we should have the foundation and most of the structure coming up. And in my limited experience watching construction, that's the exciting part. So I think we'll see a lot of progress. We'll be finishing by the end of 2024. So I'm not sure if it's halfway by the end of the year, but you'll be seeing a lot of exciting things happening there. And I'm hopeful that other people will be making announcements around other projects. There's so many that I've heard about. I'll let them make their own announcements, but there's a lot of exciting things there. At the University of Tennessee, we've got a whole host of things that we're working on, both in research and our engagement piece. One of the things that we've been really proud of in this past year was a new Grow Your Own program that we're hopeful that we can expand. The Grow Your Own program is an apprenticeship program to provide more teachers to the state of Tennessee. We have a goal of providing 2,000 new teachers within the next 18 months, and I think we're going to get there.
Randy Boyd, we always appreciate the time. Great to see you.
Great. Thank you, John.
Thanks very much.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Susan.
We're back with more of our conversation with these two right after this.